learning for India from the global logistics practices. Taking up this learnings educational session for us is Mr. Nader Antar, EVP, the Executive Vice President and President for Brink's APAC, IMEA and Brink's Global Services. And Mr. Nader Antar has been with Brink since has held this particular position since 2024. He's based out of UAE and brings more than 20 years of experience with an MBA in Finance and Strategy from INSEAD and engineering degrees in Computer and Communication from American University of Beirut and Technical University of Munich. His expertise spans transformation, business development, strategic program, and at Brinks, he leads the company's growth in secure logistics, cash and valuable management, and digital retail solutions. Please give a very warm welcome to Mr. Nader Antar.
Very privileged to be here. And I want to start by noting that few things in human history has carried the same weight, beauty, and prominence as gold. In India, it's more than just a precious metal. It's a culture, heritage, and trust. And at Brink's, protecting and moving gold sits at the core of our expertise. Actually, for millennia, gold has been the mankind's chosen store of value. And today, it is experiencing a resurgence, not only for individuals, but also for governments and nations. And India has been consistently at the leading edge of this movement. This is why it's a real privilege to be addressing a conference which is bringing national and global leaders into this very important field. And as a matter of fact, today we meet at an extraordinary moment. Actually, over the last 12 months, gold has dominated headlines, broken records. I think most of you might remember that only last year, the price of gold was around $2,500 per ounce. The US political landscape was unsettled, and tariffs felt like history. Since then, with the rapid changes in policy and the increasing global uncertainty and unrest, unfortunately, gold has only solidified its role as a safe haven, driving many central banks to increase its holding while prices rose by more than 40%, and it's really increasing as we talk now. And nowhere else more than India, we have seen these dynamics in action. Because the gold market here is not only vast and competitive, but it's deeply enrooted in the culture. Tens of thousands of companies, from the largest bullion banks to the smallest jeweler, meet the needs of manufacturers, investors, and families alike. Actually, there are certain religious and cultural events that shape sharply the demand. And I would say it's a claim that I cannot probably scientifically substantiate, but I'm pretty sure that there are more people in India tracking the price of gold on a daily basis than any other place on earth. Now, behind this vibrant market lies a delicate logistics industry, and Brink is proud to be part of it. Actually, our role starts very far from India. Moving doré from the mines of Africa and Latin America to refineries all over, including the ones in India. And very often we charter aircrafts into remote regions that transport or land transport is not viable. And as gold reaches India, Brinks act as the bridge between buyers and sellers. We store bullion at our national network of vaults and free zones, releasing it to traders, banks, and securely transporting it across the nation. And as the Indian investors are embracing more the ETFs and other institutional products, more gold remains at our vaults to back up these holdings. Now, India, at the same time, with all of this sophistication, brings complexities that are rarely seen elsewhere. India imposes, for example, a duty and GSK, goods and service tax, on investment gold, creating constant dynamism on the import structures. And the import profiles ranging from dore to alloys to high content chemicals actually is facing frequent changes in the legislation, which require agility from importers, logistic providers, and policymakers alike. Now, this brings me to the central theme of my remarks today. India has one of the most important, sophisticated, and complex gold markets, and this market deserves a world-class logistics infrastructure. Significant progress has been made and done. We have seen transparency, regulation, and standards have advanced thanks to institutions like the IFSCA and IIBX, and Brink is really proud to be supporting these efforts and partnering and expanding alongside of them. However, this is a journey. The journey towards building a world-class logistics infrastructure is ongoing. And at the heart of this journey lies one word, which is trust. And trust means different things for different stakeholders. For government, trust means confidence in the proper custody, accurate declaration, and correct duties paid. For banks and traders, trust means security of assets, timely reporting, fast release time in order to minimize the financing cost. And for investors, trust means that their ETFs are physically backed with assets safer than keeping it at home. So how do we earn this trust? This is really central to my remarks today. My simple answer is by embedding clear, auditable standards across each link of the chain, of the logistics chain. Today, I'm going to speak about 6, starting with people. Every employee involved has to be consistently, rigorously vetted, licensed, and continuously trained. It really boils down to the individuals who are managing and handling the valuables and the assets. Second, facilities. Vaults and storage premises can deter and prevent wrongdoings by ensuring proper design, construction, and security protocols in place. India has progressed well, but we believe there is still room for improvement in order to align with the global benchmark. Number 3 are vehicles. Secure transportation need armored fleet, advanced tracking, and trained crew. Also, despite all of the good progress that is happening in India, I think we still need to invest in this very important space. Then fourth, I move to technology. Spreadsheets are not enough anymore. World-class logistic providers have to be based on integrated systems that deliver real-time tracking and integrity and transparency of reports. Then I move to liability. Providers must have the financial strength and muscle and the insurance capacity to compensate swiftly when a loss occurs. This will only create a virtuous circle, and that will really eventually boost the volume and the confidence in the overall ecosystem. And last but not least, definitely, the processes. Robust procedures tie up all of those 5 pillars I spoke about. From dual control to access protocols to ongoing monitoring and audits. Without these, we won't be optimizing even if we have the best facilities, vehicles, and talents in place. So, these pillars form the framework of a world-class secure logistics infrastructure, and India is already advancing on all fronts here in this space. Now, an important point is how we can ensure that the world is learning from what's going on here in India. Actually, there are a lot. I want to really underline that pace and innovation in this market is parallel to none. We have consistently seen new financial products and new consumer patterns, new operating models that are definitely shaping the operations globally. And at Brink's specifically here, systems that are developed and created in India are being utilized in our operations globally. And talents who started here in Brink's India are now leading global initiatives and excelling in many spaces and fields, most notably finance, IT, and operation. I think the knowledge and experience we gain here is as valuable as gold that we store and move. Ladies and gentlemen, gold is global, and so is the logistics industry that support it. The Dory mined in Africa, refined in India, shipped abroad, returns as a jewelry which is worn worldwide. At Brink's, we are truly honored to be part of this cycle, investing in India, partnering with its institutions, and helping creating and cementing more the standards and the infrastructure this impressive market deserves. For us, India is not only a global and a critical hub for gold flows, it's the source of innovation and talents that are indeed impacting our businesses globally. Thank you for your time today. I look forward to be engaging, meeting with most of you during this conference. Thank you.